Hello, and welcome back to Laying It Out. I am Chelsea Pockets.
I am Scotti Dempsey.
Why are you making fun of my pronunciation? And welcome back. We are hopefully going to be having our regular every other week recording schedule back. So
Two girls can hope.
Two girls can hope. We try. Hey, we're in Frisbee season. There's content to be talked about. There's Frisbee to be played. So we're gonna get started with this. I think for the agenda for today, because we are both business girlies, we like having agendas in our meeting descriptions. We're gonna do a quick catch up. We're gonna talk about some upcoming events, both personal and community-based events. And then there have been some rosters dropping, and as Scotti with her design decisions, her design opinions, we're going to talk about our favorites, our least favorites, some that we just want to shout out. But yeah, we'll get into that a little bit later. But otherwise, Scotti, how have you been these past few weeks?
I've been okay. I have been really sick, which has been not slay. I kind of think it was because of the smog. I had really bad sinus pressure, so I haven't been able to do much. I went camping with my Frisbee team. It was super fun. It's something that I really love that my team does, and it was a top 10 weekend ever this past weekend, and that was really validating in a way, because I was kind of not that excited about the club season, kind of maybe I don't want to keep playing club because it's just a lot of time, and I have to keep saying no to plans and are going on. But we all hung out around the campfire. We had two practices Saturday, then another practice on Sunday. I could not really participate because I was super sick still, so I actually slept through the entire second practice. And I kind of wanted to die, but I'm okay now. It was kind of a bold assumption of mine to think that I would be able to play. I'm a recovering high school athlete still. That's if I have an injury or if I don't feel well, I'm still gonna push through because I don't want anybody to think I'm weak.
Unfortunately, I think a lot of Ultimate players have that mentality of playing through stuff. Although,
yeah.
I want to shout out 3 of my teammates who I was supposed to play at League on Thursday. It sucked for their team that they weren't there, but we have a tournament coming up this weekend, and they were like, we need to recover our bodies. We don't need to play this silly little League game. So shout out to them for taking care of themselves, unlike us.
Yeah. I did miss my first night of, I'm playing in She, They, We League and a mixed summer league. So I'm really excited about that. I'm probably going to get my ass handed to me at She, They, We, but it'll be good because then I will hopefully get better. But I did miss my first night last night because my boyfriend took me to a Broadway play about the Holocaust, and it was really good, and it was really sad, and I sobbed in the theater, and then I sobbed for 30 minutes out in Times Square while he just tried to guide me to the subway. So that was a really fun bonding night for us. It was a good play though. Go see it. It's called Leopoldstadt.
What's it called?
Leopoldstadt. I have the playbill right here.
Nice.
Very depressing, but excellent media. The writer won a Pulitzer. So missed my first night of league because of another valid reason. And unfortunately, my club team did not get accepted for BI.
What is BI for those that don't know?
Boston Invite. It just was a lottery system. I don't think they're taking a lot of teams, accepting as many teams as they used to. So for whatever reason, we did not get accepted. So that kind of throws a wrench in my club team plans or club weekend plans. And, that's for the captains to figure out and for me to, I don't know, ride out. So, yeah. So that's really what's new with me. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling cultured. I am crocheting on the call because if I don't have something to do with my hands, I chew on them. So yeah, how about you? What's new? What's happening?
I think last time we talked on the pod, was in the process of moving. I am now I mean, still in the process of unpacking, but everything has been moved. Every single one of my possessions. I got a lot of TikToks and tweets thrown at my algorithm feed that were like, why am I a girly that has things? It's so painful when it comes time to move. And I'm just looking at all the knickknacks that I have to unpack and place on my desk so that work isn't as depressing as it usually is.
Being a knickknack girly really is to suffer. I have like 22 plants in my bedroom alone. And luckily me and my roommate are going to re-sign our lease. But the thought of moving makes me want to throw up.
I think if any listeners want to play a game, they could do a drinking game every time we say the word girly this podcast, because it's been said like 5 times now.
It's like, after this, you will not drink again because we will consciously avoid it.
Yeah, so I moved. That's my personal life goal. Yeah. No, plan update. It's very nice because now I am 15 minutes closer to Frisbee. So I decided to do 2 league nights a week rather than just one. I'm saving all that time, and now I'm wasting all that gas. So, and then for my club update, we have a tournament this weekend. Woo! Our very first one as our 2023 jug handle team. If anyone has seen people talking about frogs on social media, that is the name of the tournament. It is Frogs in Turkey Swamp Park, New Jersey.
That is desolate. That is desolate.
It's got a lot of fun names. Frogs. Oh, I had what it stood for. It's
Frisbee.
Like, no. Frisbee is a trademarked name. We are ultimate. Excuse me. It's like flying, rotating objects. Something. I can find it.
But Turkey Swamp Park, that's the Turkey Swamp is the name of that round robin that we go to. And I was like, is that why it's called that?
So, yeah, I guess Jug Handle hosts, or someone else hosted, the 2 years that I've been here, we have always hosted a round robin tryout tournament for a bunch of other teams in the area. Scotty's team went the past 2 years. I've been there the past 2 years. And it was called Turkey Swamp last year. I don't think we called it that this year because it hasn't been hosted at Turkey Swamp. It also doesn't make any sense because Jug Handle is more based around the Princeton area, and Turkey Swamp is probably like an hour east of that. So we don't do that anymore. But yes, if you've heard Turkey Swamp, it's also such a weird name.
It really is, dude. Like, Turkey Swamp Park is not really a place where I would, like, want to go to. Like, I wouldn't, like, text my friends and be like, hey, want to go hang out at the Turkey Swamp? Like, I feel like I'm going to get a tick,
Well, I know. I'm sure it's a nice park because there's also, it's hosted by Devil, which is the local youth program. So Delaware Valley Youth League, I believe is what that stands for. But there's going to be some youth round robins going on, and then there's also the club round robin. What was I looking at? I was looking at what frogs meant. Flying rotational object game spectacular.
Cool.
Sorry. But it should be a good tournament. So the teams listed, there's 8. It'll be Exist, Shine, which is based out of Nashville. Fun thing, I was looking at their roster because I was like, oh, I think Jessie Schaffner's on that team, right? Let me see if she's going. I don't think she's going to be there this weekend. But because I was looking at their roster, I noticed something weird. And I'm sure few people, maybe this is common knowledge, but all of their numbers are above 40. And I've like never seen a team that has had this number of people in the 90s before. I was like, what's going on? And I was like, oh, Shine, Moonshine, is it something with alcohol? And so Moonshine is at least, I'm going to fuck this up, 40%, 80 proof, right? That's how that goes. So they're
Sure.
all above 40. They're all above 40% alcohol content. So
That's really
I don't know.
funny.
I like when like teams have little cute things like that. So
Yeah.
but yeah, Shine, Wild Card will be there. Sprocket, I believe those are both
Boston.
Boston-based teams. Rally, our big competitor if we want a chance at making it to nationals, so it'll be good to see them early. Jug Handle, Pittsburgh Port Authority, so they're a new team this year based out of Pittsburgh. I don't know the exact relationships of the Pittsburgh teams, but I know Alloy is not a team this year, and then Port Authority popped up, so I don't know if there's any overlap, if it's just a rebrand, if it's completely new people. I should have looked at those rosters ahead of time. And then
I actually did see the Port Authority roster announcement this morning.
I did want to talk about that one in the second half.
Oh.
And then League of Shadows, which I also believe is Boston. Yes.
Yeah.
So should be some good competition. I listed them in order of their seed. It's just going to be a round robin. So I think 4 or 5 games on Saturday and then 2 on Sunday.
Fun. Those are some really tough teams. That's gonna be a good. We're gonna get some good reps in.
Yeah, it's our first tournament as a team this year, so we'll see how it goes. I think we're only missing 1 or 2 of the rostered players, so that should be good to see too. To see how everyone meshes.
Nice. Yeah. Good to get that chemistry building. Well, very cool. Yeah. So in our other updates, I'll just, I don't know, not gracefully segue at all. The Continent Tour is coming to New York. And we did have to YouTube how to pronounce that because we have asked multiple people and everyone has said something different or not known.
But yes. Yeah, so Continent Tour, if you're not aware, it's a kind of like a showcase game highlighting Black Frisbee players in the area. I believe they also fly people out. Some of the more known players fly out. But this one being based in New York City, Scotti and I both have a lot of people on participating that we know that are our friends. So we're very excited for this one. So we'll both be going, and we really wanted to just shout it out just in case people don't know about it. I guess if you're not super active on social media, you might miss some of the posts, but it'll be 6 p.m. on July 1st. So that Saturday. They did change the time originally. It was 7:30 p.m. They changed it to 6. So if you are interested in going, I would just keep an eye on the Disc Diversity Twitter, Instagram, Facebook page. I've seen them post a lot on Twitter. That seems to be their notification hub. So I keep an eye on there. But will be at Randall's Island Park, correct?
Yep.
And Scotti, being, I don't want to say New York City native, but you live there now. Local. Yes, that is the correct term. How do I get there?
So Randall's is a special place, and this is also, we were saying I should do a guide to Randall's for this episode talking about the Continent Tour, because Randall's, honestly, sucks if you don't have a car, which I don't. So there are multiple ways to get to Randall's via public transit. There is a extremely irregular bus that will take you across the bridge at 125th Street. But if you want to get there in a timely manner, either leave super early to get to the 125th Street bus stop up in East Harlem, or allocate like a full freaking hour to walk across the footbridge that's at 101st Street, I think. I don't know. I always take the bus up to 106 and then just kind of like weave my way down. There's a cute little footbridge. It is uphill both ways. across the river. You get some nice views. You really get your steps in. And if you're me and like playing Pokemon Go, then that's like a plus, I guess. But it does suck to walk back across the bridge after you have had practice. And then figure out your way to the field. So
it's field number 10. I looked at it on Google Images. So it'll have a cool stadium there. Nice seating.
Yay, seating.
Since it's the stadium field, I don't think you've played there before.
No. You think we get permits for that?
No, definitely not.
All right, so it looks like it's right by, it's Icon Stadium. So I would probably recommend if you're taking public transit, take the bus across the RFK bridge. There should be parking. I was gonna beg you to drive me.
See,
because that is going to just like be a tough one to navigate to. And also, I'm sure with like the number of people going, as always is for like any large Disc NY event, the city bike stations always fill up. So you might be able to bike across, but you won't be able to park your bike anywhere.
Oh. What happens when I've never used like a biking thing? I've used the Bird scooters before, and those that was when I went to California. You just park that wherever.
You have to park it into like there's like a dock.
If you don't dock it, are you like still charged for that time? Oh.
Yeah. And I'm sure like especially for people coming like out of the city, there will be plenty of rides. And I mean the thing that I'm really looking forward to like having you there is I'm sure that like everyone's gonna go to a bar after and I can introduce you to all my like New York friends, because there's a lot of really great people that are like a really big part of the New York community that like, well, they're not elite players. They always like show up for all the fun events. So like all the gridlock games, which unfortunately I haven't been able to go to one this year, but I'm sure that like they'll be at the Continent Tour, and then you can also meet some of my friends who are playing, even though our friend Antonio, who was on Peep Show with us, I think he's playing.
Yeah, at least from what I saw. They didn't publicly release the rosters from what I saw, but one of my friends who I was with at League on Tuesday, she got the email, and I was like, so who you playing with? So I know some names. I don't want to like say that in case it's now incorrect, but
regardless, it'll still be fun to go to, and
it'll be a lot of fun.
It'll be a good like New York Ultimate and also like national Ultimate community event. So I'm really excited.
If I were to take my car, let's do the Scotti guide to bringing a car to New York City, because I'm probably gonna stay over at your apartment afterwards. Where do I park? I have a big car. And I think parking in the city could be expensive.
Most of my friends have not had issues with street parking, and it'll be like it'll probably be free after like 9, and it's usually free on Sundays. So
sweet!
Go just find street parking by my apartment, and then and then just move your car like Sunday morning. I don't think that will be like dawdling too much. I can go check it. Like just read the signs. It's like it is annoyingly unclear for like the caveats where it's like no parking Tuesdays from 6 to 8 for street cleaning. Also Sundays, this and that and the other thing. And if you park in this one specific area, we're gonna smash your car in. And it's like what? But it's for the most part clear enough, and we should be good. We'll find a spot. Worst case, we'll do an overnight parking garage. It'll be like probably $30, which isn't great, but
that's what I paid one weekend when I had to see, not when I had to see, but when I went to go see Devin in Philadelphia. So that's not horrible. Yeah. For anyone that doesn't know, I have a very big car. I have a Subaru Outback because I work from home, and the only time I have to drive my car is when I'm transporting people or transporting objects to a Frisbee event. So it helps to have a big car, but it also sucks when I have to park it. I'm not very good at that.
Yes. See, having a car to visit the city, not too bad. Having a car to live in the city, terrible. So
Yeah.
should be
Okay.
fun.
I'll do some more research ahead of it. Because the hour walk does not sound the most ideal.
The hour walk back is going to be the worst part.
Yeah. At least they moved it to 6.
Yay.
But yeah, no, I'm excited for that. If anyone else is going, I guess let us know. It'd be cool to see other people there. A lot of I've watched. I haven't been to one of these games in person yet, but I've watched a lot of them. They do the live streams, which I always appreciate when Ultimate games are live stream, especially since a lot of the time it's for free. So no, excited to go to one of these in person, see people, celebrate the community. So looking forward to it.
Yeah.
All right, that'll be it for the first half. We're going to take a little break, and then we'll go into some of the roster announcements that we've seen. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
And the funny.
And the funny. All right, welcome back after that quick break. For you, it was maybe 2 minutes. For us, it was an eternity. For the second half of this, we are going to go over some rosters that we saw online, our likes, our dislikes. As a disclaimer, this is just a like and dislike of the aesthetic, the look of the roster. I do not know enough Frisbee player names to actually know if a roster is good or not.
Or like overall team vibes.
Yeah, team vibes. How funny was the announcement? Was it just a normal announcement? What was it? We should do, if we get more, we don't have too many right now. One, because, I don't know, a lot of teams haven't dropped them yet. Or two, they're just kind of like basic. There's nothing wrong with a basic roster announcement. If it's on a pretty background and I can read your names, perfect. It serves its purpose. Or three, it just got lost. All the Twitter updates. Twitter's a shit show.
Twitter is a shit show. And I actually am back on Twitter because I kind of like how the algorithm has updated because I'm actually fed less Frisbee nonsense and I get to look at bad memes and laugh at them. So that's a win for me and all parties involved in my life. But I am not super paying attention to roster reveals unless I'm like directly following the team or someone like that I follow retweeted it. So tweet us your roster reveals at Laying It Out. I think you guys should know our Twitter by now. So we want to see it.
We don't use it that often, not gonna lie.
But we should use it more. And
we should use it more.
We look at the notifications that we get on it. Maybe we won't respond to our DMs though because we're bad at that.
Well, I don't get a notification for those. Actually, let's do a DM check. Any DMs? One message request. It's a journalist reached out to us that does Ultimate work. I will be looking at the popularity of Ultimate Disc in the US and globally, where I will explore angles such as why it has grown popular, the growth in interest from different genders, and what opportunities there could be for brands, companies, and institutions to further encourage the growth of this. Your knowledge of this topic would add real value to the report. I am therefore writing with an interview request. The interview would take no more than 15 minutes by phone. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, maybe.
Well, no, my deadline to receive answers would be Thursday, April 27th at the latest. To be fair, he sent that on April 24th, but...
And also, to be fair, we don't look at that Twitter. Anyway, moving on to roster reveals. We said the good, the bad, the ugly. Maybe like we could say the good, the bad, the funny?
Yeah.
Because there's definitely been plenty of like aesthetic roster reveals. It's been cool that I think a lot of like teams have done pretty cool, like I say cool twice, pretty slick like reveals. I've been helping my boyfriend, who's the captain of my club team or coach. I don't know, he's injured. And with some input on the roster reveal that he's putting together. And it's like, on one hand, the design he has is like really slick and cool. On the other, we do have the opportunity to like make a meme. So do we want it to be good? Do we want it to be funny? Or will it just be bad? That's the question that plagues club players this time of year.
My opinion on it is if you can do a meme and you can do it well, do the meme. Because as I was hinting at before, I don't know who people are. If I care about you, like, as a person, like you are my friend or you are a Frisbee quote-unquote celebrity, I'm probably going to already know you're on that team.
Yeah.
And then there's just a list of names where maybe, like, Charlie and Keith reporting on Club Ultimate care about it, but you and I aren't doing that.
I'll tell you now because I have access to the Ultiworld editor email. People just send us their rosters.
Perfect. There you go.
Already bolded, especially like the elite teams. I mean, hell, let's start out. Chicago Machine, hilarious roster. Coach Handsome Man number 2, no Handsome Man number 1 on the roster. That's so funny. Who's number 1? I don't know.
All right, before you jump into it, oh my God, I was trying to search for a Chicago Machine and I just typed in Charlie. Charlie Machine. What is going on right now? Oh, I'm searching my direct messages. I'm not searching Twitter. I'm doing well. Okay, since this is a non-visual medium, we should explain these rosters a little bit. So Chicago Machine, instead of putting the names down and just doing a fancy-looking thing, if you are on TikTok, if you are on Instagram Reels, if you are on, I don't know, any social platform that does funny little videos, there was, I believe it was the Titans, a professional football team, did a video where they asked people on the street, they're like, what is the name of this football team? And then they would just show the logo. And it was people that didn't know what fucking football was. So they would say something stupid. So instead of like the New England Patriots, it'd be like the blue and white funny hat mans, but something more funny than that because I'm not creative. So they did that with their roster announcement. So as Scotty was saying, you get what was it? You said handsome boy.
Handsome man number 2.
So yeah, so it just has people, cigarette man is someone. Ben, accountant. Some guy that lives in the woods.
Software engineer, question mark?
There's small boy and small boy number 2.
Short king, spring, summer, and fall. That's not something, but I'm always small boy. No, short king.
Party animal, thick neck. So it's funny. There's a video that goes along with it. Just go to their Twitter if you want to see it. But I think that's very funny. Not to jump around, but this is also part of a segue. This goes into an original idea we had for this segment was like Ultimate 2023 trends, like things we want to see more of and things that need to go away. One of those trends that I want to see more of is I want Ultimate teams to make more videos. So 2 teams on my roster list have made like videos, or they make a lot of videos like Instagram Reels. I love that shit. Even if I don't know you as a person, I will watch your funny Instagram reel that you put out. And I think it's so cute. So, like, Chicago Machine did this video. Exist, I think their, like, preview roster announcement was, like, cute little video where they're wearing funny hats and sunglasses. And you could see all the people that were at the first practice. And it's, like, a preview. So if you know those faces, that's cute. And they do a bunch of other videos on their Instagram. And like, I don't know most of those people personally. I think I only know one of them in real life. And I don't know, I love watching their videos. They did a practice where they all dressed up for prom. I love that video.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Yeah. I love Exist. And we were talking about Exist. I mean, Exist is my favorite Nationals level mixed team. Because I am totally not geographically biased, but also hilarious that their roster reveal was Eat the Rich. We love a little beef, a little not subtle at all beef.
Yeah, explain what the beef is, because you had to explain that to me earlier.
Yes, I will gladly explain what the beef is. So Seattle Mixtape dropped their roster about a week ago, or was it at the beginning of this week? I don't know. Time is a
The
flat
timeline
circle.
doesn't matter. They dropped theirs before exists is all that matters.
Yes, and their caption as multiple time, like, Club Nationals winners, World Ultimate winners, like, the rich get richer. And, like,
It fits.
It fits. I get where they're coming from. They have multiple titles to defend, and they're a really fucking good team. And so then Exist, who had a really tight and hotly contested game with Mixtape in the semifinals of Nationals last year, tweeted, "Eat the rich," with pigeon emojis because New York. And I love that. I love a little beef. It's fun to see Mixtape maybe lean into being the villains, because you know what? If you're the ones to beat and beating you is an upset, sure. You know what? You talk your shit. We talked about this in the last episode. Talk your shit, walk the walk, lean into being the villains. And we love to see a little fun beef there.
Yeah, I approve. I do want to shout out the Mixtape roster announcement. Besides just the rich get richer, their art for it was very pretty. At first, I was like, why is it 2 pictures? If you look at it, they have like Seattle Mixtape on one side, and then the second half is like all of their names. And I was like, duh, it's album art.
It is.
So
pretty.
You have the front sleeve and the back sleeve of it, and like the front with the album art, and then the back with all the like the tracks and everything. So
it's really pretty.
Maybe it took me like longer than everyone else to figure that out, but it was really pretty. At first, I was like, "What's going on here? Why is it so much?" But then I was like, "Oh, it's a theme. Oh my
They're
god,
a music team."
Oh my god. I have a college degree. Oh my god, I've been roasted. Just a side comment. I've been roasted by my team. I made one comment. Someone did the funny like, boys go to Jupiter to get more stupider. Girls go to college to get more knowledge. Someone was like saying that, and then I was like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I got to college and it made me stupid. and then now there's just the running gag that no, I've always been stupid. College just made me realize that, and now everyone keeps calling me an idiot. So
new nickname for Pockets just dropped. It's Jupiter.
It's just fucking dumbass. That's my name. If someone yelled, "Yo, what up, dumbass?" would you not turn around?
No, I would not turn around, Pockets.
I would turn around. I'd be like, "Who's talking to me? What do you want?"
People yell things on the street in New York all the time. I ignore everything. You literally have to physically grab me to get me to react.
The first time...
If you do, I'll probably punch you is my first reaction.
Oh my god. The first time I visited you, I was still carrying around my backpack because I had just gotten there. And, I had my stuff for the week. And someone just, yelled on the street, "Yo, nice backpack, loser," or something like that. I was like, god damn. Getting fucking roasted, and I haven't even been here an hour.
Best city in the world, baby.
It's fine to visit. I could not live there. I need to live in a hole in the ground and never come out.
In your Minecraft dirt house.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, roster reveals.
Yeah, other ones. One that you and I both had on our list was Flipside, California women's team. I mean, one, they have a certain Kiwi Malibu, Anna Savinsky on their roster. So yeah. I think that's very good. But also, I just thought their roster was very cute. So Flipside, they went with an egg-based, a menu themed roster. If I could pull this up.
Yeah, it's like a brunch menu. It did make me giggle that all the rookies, or at least I assume the rookies, they were all farm fresh from wherever.
Yeah.
So they had fun little menu descriptions. And I love when rosters have little details like that just make you pause and little Easter eggs, look a little closer than you would.
My favorite part about this was they also have their numbers looking like the prices. And then Penny Wu just comments, some of these prices are Because kiwi is a $93 serving of eggs.
That made me laugh, too.
In this economy.
Eggs are not cheap.
Flipside Ultimate is taking a stand against inflation and the rising cost of our groceries. No, I'm excited to watch this team. Just because I watched a lot of Super Bloom from just literally because of Kiwi. So I'll be paying attention to this team. I know you and I are very focused around our regions just because that's where we live. Those are the teams that we see most often. But I'll pay attention to Flipside. I'm excited. I'll watch them. And this also roster announcement is just very cute.
Yeah.
Another one I wanted to shout out for just being like creative and something that you can like really take time and look at. Baltimore Wave. I don't know if you saw that one.
I'll pull it up. But describe it for us. Paint us a word picture, Pockets.
They are a women's team based out of Baltimore. Their coach, very artistic, did a watercolor painting, that's the word, of all of their like profile. Well, not profile, but like their heads of all the players. So it's just like, it's very cute and personal. And there's obviously a lot of love put into that. And you get to see everyone's smiley face. And then they have like an actual like roster attached to it with the names and stuff. But it's nice to see, and it's like art, and you can like look at everyone's face and see who they are.
Yeah, it's really cute. I like it
that one a lot.
Let's see. So one that was a meme, another one that was a meme that made me laugh, is our all-time favorite, the Chad Larson experience. CLX. I have a jersey now, and some stickers. And you know, it's kind of crazy. They managed to roster all players that had the same name.
Yeah, Chad Larson.
I didn't think it was that popular of a name.
Yeah, don't know how they're gonna do on a mixed field with everyone named Chad. We could offer them. So Lehigh, we have our randomly generated names just to solve this problem. You know. So we don't have two Fionas, we don't have two Kellys on the field.
A whole roster full of Chads? Yeah, that's definitely confusing.
So maybe Chad Larson experience should take from the Lehigh ways and give everyone a randomly generated nickname. That, oh my god, this is, if someone does this year, because didn't fucking Pony do like a virtual reality roster announcement last year?
Oh my god, they did!
What if they do an AI generated roster announcement? You know, with all the Chat GPT shit that's going on. We should, if no one does that at the end of this roster announcement season or whatever, we should figure that out. I want to see a randomly generated. Hey, chat, actually, fucking, let me see what pops up when I put that into chat.
While Pockets does that, I'm going to steer the conversation maybe a little bit more to some of the rosters that we are going to affectionately clown on.
No, not
affectionately clown on, because unfortunately this year, our alma mater Peep Show had a funny one. I understood what they were going for, yeah, with the Wordle theme, but goddamn, it was illegible.
Yeah, so Peep Show. So, before. Like when we were on the team, the vibe was the Bethlehem, Lehigh, or Bethlehem, Lehigh. The Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, the Peep Factory is located there. So we were playing off of Peep Show,
like Marshmallow Peeps.
Yeah, the Marshmallow Peeps and that, and then in 2021. USAU found out what the name was, and they were like, no, that's a naughty name. You cannot be called that. So we went by PS. And then last year, they had a very creative jersey design where it still said Peep Show, but in the Wheel of Fortune game design, where if you're not familiar with that game, you start off with a blank board, and you have to figure out what the letters are to spell it out. So they did that, but with Peep Show, but the letters were missing, so you couldn't tell it was Peep Show. So I think they went with that like game show, game board type theme
game,
here.
yeah.
With their roster announcement, so they did it off of Wordle. But I just can't read their their key because Wordle only has 3 colors in it.
Yeah, and all of them, like all the letters are like either green or yellow, so they don't have any gray, which is like makes sense. But like, you know, like all green is captain and all yellow is rookie, which is cool. But then like everyone else who's like multicolored, it's like, what message are you trying to send? Like it feels like there's like, because there's a reason behind some of the color, like behind the colors for some of the names, it's like visually frustrating that there is not a reason behind the colors for all of the names.
Yeah. I think our only issue is with the colors of it. Otherwise, it's a very cool, clever idea, and they are playing off of that jersey that they had last year with the like the word game type theme.
Yeah.
So, I just couldn't read it right away. And then the second one I had that maybe I was missing something. Have you looked it up yet, Scotty? The hybrid roster?
I can't find hybrid on Twitter.
It's just hybrid ultimate.
Oh.
How are you spelling hybrid?
I don't know. I just searched hybrid and nothing came up.
Yeah, if you do that, oh my god, maybe this isn't appropriate, but when I try and look up the men's team in Philly, Phantom, PHA, I forget their Philly Phantom, and I just search for Phantom, but when you type in PHA, some of the results that pop up are like fat ass accounts. And I'm like, God damn, what am I looking at? So yeah. But the hybrid roster, are you looking at it?
I pulled it up, yeah.
It's got this like 80s, 90s, like back of a bus seat style.
It looks like
print.
Early 2000s, like that pipe screensaver.
Yeah, and I don't know why, but I hate it. I hate it. I can't look at it. But someone commented underneath, that's a real complicated pattern. Where, have you seen the like sketch show, I Think You Should Leave?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's based off of that. But I don't know. Like, am I missing something here?
Yeah.
Just based on the comments.
Yeah. Confusing.
I don't know.
There's been a lot of like good ones that are just like clean, like cool, like fun background in theme, like Lampshades is like a fun, like yellow background, like in the theme of like lamp. Although missed opportunity to do like a moth meme there and like names. So it's like, I get it, but I'm also like a little underwhelmed. I don't know. This is me trying to like push for our swipes roster reveal, which like the roster I think is set. I'm not entirely that close to like, well, I'm close to leadership, but like the decision making, nor is it my business, nor do I want to like be that player that's like got their nose up everyone's business. But yeah, no, I want ours to be like memeified, because the jug handle one, let's shout that one out. That one's a meme.
Oh, it is a meme. Yeah, have you seen that meme where it's like, I could go straight or I could fucking peel
off this exit.
Yeah, and into whatever, and it's like, I don't know. I don't like describing memes all that often, but you know, we're jug handle. We're right turns only. No left turns here. New Jersey pride. We don't pump our own gas, but we sure like using it.
You guys, that was one of the first roster reveals that I saw too. So
yeah, we're fucking prepared. We know what we're doing. We also,
even though you don't know how to pump your own gas,
we know how. We just don't want to. We're creating jobs in America, Scotty.
Oh God.
Good old American jobs.
One time I was in New Jersey and I was crying in my car, and the man came over to pump my gas, and then he watched me cry in my car while he pumped my gas, and I wanted to die.
Well, would you rather cry in your car while someone's pumping your gas, or would you rather be crying while pumping your gas?
I would rather get my act together and then get out of my car.
That's not an option. That's not an option.
I'd rather cry while pumping my gas. Fine. Is that what you want me to say?
No, I wanted you to say the other one.
Oh, New Jersey. The armpit of America.
Hey. We're proud. I'm not even from here. I've lived here for 2 years.
Hey.
No, I've lived here for 1 year. God damn. Got really sucked in.
Hey, that's what that's what like being on a club team's all about, you know. It's like that regional pride, and also like getting to, I mean, Jug Handle's really good, but like getting to support the teams that are really good in your area, you know. It's like really fun to be a part of that. I am out of rosters to shout out. Have you got any more?
No, the last one was Jug Handle that I almost forgot about. Yeah. So yeah, that'll
do it.
That'll do. Don't. Oh
That'll
no, I have
do.
one more. That'll do. Donkey. Not yet. Sponge is very good at voice acting, and he quotes Shrek all the time. That'll do, donkey. I'm probably not doing it right, but donkey. Pittsburgh Port Authority, who I will be seeing this weekend. So they're a new team. One thing I liked is they have been doing like individual posts, because I think with a lot of new teams, they start with like a core to get the culture, to get the vibes going, and then they add people on once the tryout portion goes. So they have those individual posts, but then they did their actual roster drop today as we are recording. Port Authority. So Port Authority, they're like public transportation bus themed, which we love. We love public transportation. But then they dropped the roster today. And it's like a map of the Pittsburgh, I'm going to assume, bus system. Yeah. And so each person is on, well, not each person is on their own line. They have 5 different lines, and each person is a stop on the line. And I would fucking love, I don't know if this is true, but I would love if those are their actual, like, not exactly where they live, but if that's the route that they would take maybe to get to practice or something by public transportation. I'm going to pretend that's the case, but otherwise it's just a very pleasing looking. I like maps.
Yeah, I like that one too. Again, I like the idea. The execution is one of those where I'm like, is there a reason behind the colors and why they're different? I understand why the different stops are like, you know, the stars of the captains and this and that. But Swipes actually did a train themed roster reveal last year. And ours was just like one line. It was like the S like Swipes line. And it like was more to get the idea across rather than like be the exact, like an exact replica. So I'll just be biased here and like my own team's version of it better. But
that's why I'm pretending, because the Port Authority one like looks like it's a real map. So that's why I'm like, is this their actual map, and is this where the people live?
Maybe.
I'm pretending. Maybe I'll ask them this weekend.
What's the story behind your roster reveal?
What's the tea, sis? But yeah. All right, that's all I have for my rosters. A lovely time.
A lovely time. Send us any more. We can judge them or roast them or
praise them.
Yes. Tweet them at us. We'll look at our Twitter, actually.
Send me the funny ones. And then if no one does it, I'm going to AI generate
we should
a roster.
AI generate roster for our subs only. And
well,
then
we got it. If it's good, that'll be the subs only. If it's not funny, then something else will be there. So
you should come and find out what it's going to be.
Yeah, find out. All right. We'll cut it there. I've been Chelsea Pockets.
I'm Scotti Dempsey. and we shall catch you all on the flip.
They say